Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out Baking Simulator 2014. It's another game from the LD29 competition with the theme of Beneath the Surface, and this one was developed by developer Sam Oates. So beneath the surface of every good cake lies a good baker, and we're going to do our best here to control some physics-enabled hands and physics-enabled objects to try and get them to coalesce into some sort of mishmash of stuff in a bowl that we'll then put in an oven, and I think you kind of get the picture from there. So as you can see, we've got some very convoluted controls here. Left thumbstick to rotate look, right thumbstick to move, so that's already backwards from where I would expect things to be. So I'm wondering if things are intentionally more difficult than, well, maybe the usual, and actually that would probably be pretty normal for that to be the case. D-pad left for left hand, D-pad right for right hand, so we can't use both of our hands simultaneously. D-pad up to move character, and I would presume either down or left or right to just go back to the hands. Then A to control thumb, left bumper, right bumper for little and middle finger, left trigger, right trigger for index and ring. Okay, I think I got it. Let's see if we can do some work here. So, okay, thankfully they've given us a reference point here on the wall, so in case we get lost, we have something to go back to. Let's take a look at our kitchen very quickly. How to bake a cake. Okay, add all ingredients, T apostrophe to bowl, and then put bowl into oven, nom. Okay, it's shorthand, I guess. And I hope that squeaking sound was the sound of the oven opening, otherwise there's a rogue cat somewhere in this kitchen with us. Yeah, it was definitely the oven. Okay, so here are our hands. They're very stubby hands. I kind of feel like the thumbs are maybe a little bit odd as well, and it almost looks like they're all cut off. All of the digits are cut off at the knuckle, maybe. Let's see if we can maybe flex some of our fingers here just to get a handle for the controls. So up and down I've got on X and B. And by the way, in case you were wondering, the keyboard controls, I think they also exist, but I think that they're not any better. Let me see, did it say that on the wall? Oh yeah, okay, we got things mapped for arrow keys and WSD. So the mouse does not play a factor here at all. This is not Surgeon Simulator controls, and we're just gonna ignore the keyboard. Oh my god, I can't even look straight at the right point. Just having the left and right analog sticks' usual functions switched is enough to really mess with my head. It's sort of bringing me back to, like, trying to play GoldenEye with the C buttons to be look and then the analog stick to move versus the other way around. Okay, so let's try and pick up some sugar here if we can. Give me some sugar, baby. Come on. So we'll turn it a little bit around. We're kind of operating our hand as if it was a bit of a forklift. Wow, that's quite a wrist on this character. And there's actually some... Oh, that's a little silly looking. Okay. There's also some errant polygons that seem to exist around the base of the thumb there. I don't know if you guys can see. So I think we need to be a bit lower. Does hooking my finger into this object count? Apparently not. What if we try to kick this finger into gear a little bit more? No, it's not satisfied with the... Okay, so we're gonna have to move our body, which means we gotta hit up again. Now let's try more finger action. Let's see if we can get things going a little bit more. I've got to do a very strange claw grip of my 360 controller to get this to work, but thankfully, once I've sorted out enough of the controls, I can switch back over. Oh geez, don't knock the bowl over though. I can switch over from hand control to body control, and it just sort of locks things the way they are, but then I've got to remember which buttons I was holding when I switch back to hand mode, otherwise we're going to be in a world of pain when I hit left. Okay, I remember the controls properly. We're gonna have to switch and turn the hand over. Okay, wait. We gotta raise our hand up more, and we gotta move our body over a little bit more as well. This actually took a little bit of practice for me to even have a clue what I was doing. Otherwise, this was gonna be an imminent disaster, and it still very well could be. So we're turning. Sugar is pouring. Okay, we've got to get to 100 grams. It's actually filling up the bottom of the bowl, which is pretty cool. That's an effect I wasn't expecting to see. I kind of figured... Oh, okay, wait. Turn it up. Kind of figured we wouldn't really have much in the way of effects here. Got a little bit of extra sugar. Extra sweet cake. That's okay. So drop that. It's just going to fall on the floor, I guess, and pour everywhere. I don't really mind that too much. We'll sort that out later. I think the eggs are going to really be the make or break. Also, what's going on with my left hand right now? It seriously is doing some weird stuff, man. Oh, okay, it's because I had it turned. I didn't realize that I had it turned like that. So let's get it back into the realm of usefulness again. And look around again. Let's Let's take a little bit of stock of our kitchen here. There's not a whole lot going on. It's a pretty sparse kitchen. But let's keep in mind, again, this is an LD game designed in 48 hours, so obviously not everything's going to be perfectly polished. But, you know, a few more details might have been nice. You could have had some more stuff on the counters. But, you know, for functionality's sake, I would say things are just about where they need to be. I also appreciate the dynamic shadows and a little bit of a view, as you can see outside, although, you know, there appear to be trees perhaps growing into the water. I can't really tell. Maybe it's just perspective. So that flower has now been knocked over, and that's going to be a very interesting time for us, because one thing that I know is my hands right now, okay, if I couldn't grab that, we were pretty much screwed, because my hands don't go any further than that. And if I needed to, I wouldn't be able to stretch my shoulders out enough to be able to reach anything useful here. Okay, so move our body around. So a rather soothing little melody playing in the background as well. It's maybe looping a little bit quickly, but you know, it's nice enough that it doesn't bother me all that much. So I need to turn. I already forget. Oh god, I've dropped the flower. This could be a disaster now. Oh god, don't. Okay, lower the hand. This is not over yet. Lower, grab, lift. Perfect. No, that's bad. It's bad kitties. Okay, we've got to get a handle on this situation, because right now the flower is completely out of control. Somehow we're gonna have to be able to grab this sucker from a weird angle. Oh god. Oh, I've completely lost control of everything. Just being able to focus my hands for 3 seconds here, get the right angle. Okay, lower it, grab, lift. Oh god, I've taken the bowl with me. I only want the flower though. Okay, try it again. Don't sink the bowl into the ground. Can I pour it like this? If I can pour it like this, I'll consider that a success. Apparently I cannot. So now we need to move to step 2, or plan B, as it were, and we need to move over again. Then we need to gently lower the hand. Please lower the... Oh my god, lower the hand. It's not gonna lower the hand. Oh, because I'm not in hand mode anymore. Okay. I know on the outside, this looks like I'm just absolutely terrible, but you gotta try this. It makes, like, the controls are just insane. They don't make any freaking sense. Okay, let's try this again. I don't know how to grab the top of this, though. I'm gonna have to... Can I turn the hand over, though? Turn it over. Lift it. Can I go up? Move the body. Lower hand down. Okay. Grab the flower. This is exactly where I was a moment ago, and this did not work for pouring. Let's set it on its side at a slight angle, and maybe I can pick it up better from here. Let's try that. Now, we want to lift the hand again. This ordeal it's remarkably harrowing, and it's surprisingly more captivating than I expected it to be, because this is just silly. Obviously. Okay, we gotta move our body again. It's extremely annoying to have to move our body every time just to be able to move our hand over something again. Alright, so we basically produced the exact same results that I had last time. Not really sure what my goal was there by doing that. Okay, let's just try and pour it again and see if we can maybe make something work out by turning our hand sideways or something. Nope. Maybe... How far can we turn our arm? Okay, that's actually pretty reasonable to turn it that far. There's a thumb just hanging out there. Hello, I'm a thumb. No, okay, this is not going to work. We're going to have to maybe abandon the flower for now. No flower power. Let's try butter. Can we just grab this brick of butter here? The very first in a massive installation that will eventually become a butter jail. That will entrap our souls forever. Please pick up the butter. Oh god, I think I crushed it within my hands. Oh, that's actually pretty reasonable the way he's holding that. Alright, cool. Let's drop that in the bowl. We only need the one. So this one's basically a done deal. Butter's in. Butter is in, my friends. We don't need to worry about the butter anymore. We could try and tackle some eggs now, if that's something that you might be interested in. Why don't we try this now? Let's get our fingers right around the right angle. I want to make sure that we're not just going to crash into these, because the first thing that I did is basically lower my open hand onto the eggs and just turn all of them into fried eggs for some reason, because I guess when you break an egg, it turns into a fried egg. I don't know. I wish I could do that IRL, because I would really make... Oh, there you go. There you go, friends. If you can pardon that deafening sound, may or may not have been deafening for you. Well, that's our cake for it. That's how that's gonna go, guys and gals. And our bowl's broken, and the entire project has gone to crap. I guess we're not gonna be making a cake today, guys. I tried my best. This is a very difficult challenge, and I would definitely put it to any of you to give it a shot if you'd like. This game is still in development despite being made for the LD competition. They're still working on refining some things, changing some things around, so there will potentially be some new builds of this. I'm not sure exactly when, but there will be a download link in the description if you guys want to try this out for yourself, see if maybe you're up to the task of assembling this cake from its most rudimentary parts. I kind of wish I could just throw this flour out the window. Also, I kind of need to see what happens if I could maybe squash this under my hand. So just, like, get our body in front. Wait, look down. Look down. Okay, right hand, lower. Squish, 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 squish. Oh. Alright, so now I'm basically a forklift. And the flour's pouring on the floor. So, that's the worst thing that could have happened. Basically, every part of this has in some way fallen on the floor and been destroyed. There's not even anything to really put in the oven. I could, like, try and grab one of these fried eggs. They're already fried, though. What's it gonna do? Just turn them into charred bits. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. Baking Simulator 2014. It's pretty frustrating, but if you're into games with silly controls for the sake of being silly, you might like it. I think we all know what we're getting into anytime we play one of these types of games. You look at them in a lighthearted manner. We're not shooting for high art here. We're just shooting for maintaining the status quo of being kind of silly, having a premise, and taking it to some ridiculous comedic extreme, and I think, for all intents and purposes, Baking Simulator is successful at that, and I think that's probably about as far as the critique needs to go in this particular case. I do grant, though, that the controls could definitely use some work, even if they are intentionally bad. They're intentionally bad in a way that I find somewhat disturbing, maybe, but you guys can be the judge. Like I said, give it a play. Link's going to be in the description. Check out some of my other stuff in the description, too, if you're around and you have some free time. You can find over 750 other episodes of Indie Impressions if you'd like to go visit over on indie-impressions.com. Links in there, as well as for my Twitter. Oh, the flour's run out. Alright, that's good. It's not going to make that shushing sound anymore. But there's a link for my Twitter, my Facebook, and, of course, my Twitch channel where you can catch me streaming. And I hope to see you guys all back again tomorrow for another episode. New episodes of Indie Impressions go up every single day. If you enjoyed this one, consider leaving a like on it. It helps me out and helps the channel out. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a fantastic night. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.